Hey, what's up, everyone? I promised you guys in chat I would talk a little bit about my day because there's a good lesson in it. Um, I don't know where it started as far as me relenting on my own rules, right? But I played two pullback plays, and I really don't even need to go over the entries because it's not that important. The important part of this discussion is that I took two pullback plays in the first half hour, which I almost never do because for me, and I've told you guys this, it's really important for a stock to really be dominating. In other words, bulls fully in charge and bears in trouble and all that, right? Um, and if something's been running for say 15 minutes, a lot of times or 20 minutes, you get that reversal somewhere around there, and it just really hasn't proven itself yet. And so I took two trades. I want to say IONQ and RKLB maybe, but neither one of them. I think I took both of them back down to VWAP or something. Things I never do, right? Two's buy zone and VWAP, something like that. But the thing is, I took them early when they hadn't proven them. So the lesson, I had a red day today, by the way. The lesson is, so that started off my day with two quick losses, and by the way, I think let's see, Rivian was one of them, and I think the other one was maybe IONQ. I'm not. It doesn't matter. But I started off my day kind of ugly, and what can happen when you do that is then you take something stupid, which I'm not even going to talk about it, but I took something stupid after that and ended up more red, and then got my act together and started trading the way I trade. I basically had a flat day. I think I ended up down like $30 on the day or something, right? So obviously a flat day. But if you go over my trades and you take away the two that I never would have done normally and just playing early pullbacks, and then you take away the one that I jumped in probably because I was down and it took a wild trade, right? You take away those three, and my day was my biggest day in the last couple of weeks, right? Yeah, because I traded well after that. But when you start off breaking your rules, it can really throw you off really for the rest of the day, right? And that might not be your rules, not trading a pullback in the first 15 or 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is, right? But that's mine, and I've been very successful this year trading the way I'm trading, right? Letting things prove themselves and then starting to look at buy zones, right? Pullbacks to buy zones that we teach, right? But that doesn't happen after a 15-minute run. That's not enough info for me. And that just set the wheels in motion for me to have kind of a stupid morning, right? And by the way, I would have had an amazing day, but I also caught myself taking some nice entries and scalping, right? Just trying to get back to even. So I had a couple of them that went up huge after I sold out because I was still in that got to get back to even mentality. So when you break your rules, it can snowball, and the effects can be just absolutely wrecking your day. So I don't know. I felt like there was a decent lesson in there because sticking to your rules is so important, so important. And again, I'm not saying that those early pullbacks might not fit your trading style, but they don't fit mine. You guys watch me, right? I hang out and let them prove themselves, and then you'll see me post, okay, I like this one, two's buy zone or something like that, right? But not what I did today. It was too early. All right, enough babbling. I'm going to go into what we're watching tomorrow. I don't have a very big list. I'll tell you what. I've got a scan that finds stuff that lower volume. How do I word this? Lower priced, lower float stocks that made kind of really big moves. And I think ever since the election, that stock might spit out maybe 15 a day on average, or that scanner. And it's spitting out like 40, right? So it's not that easy for me to find anomalies right now because because of the way the market's been acting. All right, having said all that, BTMD, big move today. Still wasn't even 1 million shares, so which explains why I've never heard of this thing. but maybe worth keeping an eye on tomorrow. MSOS. I guess Matt Gaetz was nominated or selected by Trump to be the Attorney General. I didn't know this about him, but apparently he's very weed friendly. And so MSOS had a really nice pop. Daily's really ugly, right? But if you look at 5-minute candles, you can see the late afternoon pop. So that's a pot ETF, I believe. And I'm going to throw one pot stock itself on watch 2 CGC. So we're going to watch both of those tomorrow. QUBT, big rip today, closing well off its highs. That is in the quantum computing space. And so I got a couple sympathies to that too. QBTS and RGTI. I believe IONQ is in that space as well. We can glance at that one real quick. Also incredibly strong. So anyway, QUBT I identified early today. I'm watching it for a pullback, and I traded it a couple times and I made some money on it, but nowhere near what I should have. And again, I don't want to talk about my details from today because I'll start crying, and I don't want to do that. MVST penny stock, but had a big day, so we're gonna watch that one tomorrow. DJT, I'm gonna put on bounce watch. It's had 3 red days in a row. Again, just an in-play stock due to the election. LUMN pulling back. We did get another red day now, so I like it a little more than I liked it yesterday. Looking for a possible turn back up. No trades in it today. OUST, nice breakout. 2 days lower on declining volume. I like that one for a bounce. DXYZ goes back on bounce watch. I don't love it. I would have preferred a candle like opening here and then closing down here, and then you would have had a clean stair steps down. But now you've got an inside day candle on the way down, which almost feels bearish, but we didn't get a setup into today, so it didn't matter. But I'm going to keep it on bounce watch. Where am I? All right. AMN, just an ugly chart. Put in another red day, looking for a snapback bounce. No trades in it today. And then GCT is back down to recent lows after being all the way up here. Potential bounce play tomorrow. I'm not in love with this list, but hopefully we'll find some decent gappers in the morning to add to it and hopefully catch some decent trades. That's it for me. I'll see you in chat.